Today I'm going on a 4-hour journey to pick up my first lap steel. I'm going to take you with me and explain why I decided to get one and why I think it's so important to learn new instruments. First things first, let me introduce you to today's guest of honor, Mr. Tomato here. He's decided to have a little nap on my office chair, so I've had to steal my kitchen bar stool for this video. But now let me tell you why I wanted to get a lap steel guitar. And it actually all starts because I wanted to get a pedal steel guitar. See, around 5 years or so ago, I went down a huge Daniel Lanois rabbit hole, and I absolutely became obsessed with pedal steel guitar. Up until this point, I really didn't care much about pedal steel. I didn't even really know how it sounded, but after watching him play it, especially in a more ambient kind of context, I fell in love with it. Daniel Lanois' touch and feel is amazing with any instrument he plays, but it's especially amazing with pedal steel. It just shines through in such an amazing way. I highly encourage you to check out his music if you haven't already. Once my ears tuned into the pedal steel sound, I realized that I actually liked a lot of music with pedal steel in it already, such as artists like Faye Webster, Neil Young, and the band Wednesday. And I thought it would be really cool to actually get a pedal steel for myself and start incorporating it into my own music. However, there was one pretty big problem. Pedal steels are super expensive, and I honestly wasn't sure if I wanted to spend that kind of money on an instrument I literally never played and didn't know if I'd actually like. Ultimately, I decided to hold off on purchasing a pedal steel, and I'm so glad I did because earlier this year I saw a video from Eric Stortgrange of Living Room Gear Demos. I'm so sorry, man, if I said your last name wrong. But basically this video was all about lap steels, and it completely opened my eyes to the instrument. Honestly, up until this point, I didn't know anything about lap steel guitars at all. After watching this video, I realized there were so many different ways I could incorporate it into my writing and just have so much fun with the instrument overall. And I'll have a link down below to that video so you can watch it after this video. But after watching Eric's video, I became absolutely obsessed with lap steel. I started watching so many videos on lap steel and found some amazing players who basically play lap steel like a pedal steel, and that just completely blew my mind. After watching all these videos and seeing the prices of lap steels, I figured that they may just be for me. So I was super interested in lap steels then, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't just a fad for me. So I made myself a deal. If I was still interested and still thinking about getting a lap steel after I was done moving at the end of August, I would get myself one. And truth be told, I think I watched Eric's video on lap steels like once every week or every other week until August and after August. I couldn't stop thinking about lap steels, and honestly I got more and more and more obsessed with them. So once my girlfriend and I were settled in here in around mid to late September, I started looking for lap steels, but I came across a problem. No one had lap steels near me. I checked my local music shops, I checked Marketplace, I checked Kijiji, there was nothing. Okay, I'm lying a bit. There actually were some listings, but they were a bit out of my price range. And I honestly wasn't prepared to spend that much money on a lap steel because I had never played one up until this point. And I really didn't want to buy a new one either because if I didn't like it and decided to sell it, I would lose way more money selling it compared to selling a used one that I bought. So I started looking online outside of my city and I found a really amazing lap steel for a great price. The only problem was that it was a 2-hour drive to get there. So I packed a lunch, and that's how I ended up here in Hamilton, Ontario, home of the Dirty Nil and Teenage Head, and of course the Hamilton Tiger Cats. What brought me to Hamilton was a particular lap steel that I found on Cask Music's website. The lap steel in question is a 1950s National Chicagoan lap steel. Now what really drew me to this lap steel was the particular pickup in it. The particular pickup in this lap steel is the same one that Ry Cooder and a ton of other guitarists have put in their actual guitars. I thought it'd be cool to get a lap steel with this type of pickup in it because it's just such a classic pickup, especially for the lap steel. So I went on to Reddit and asked if I should get this one, and pretty much everyone universally said yes. So now I'm about to head over and pick it up, and I'm really excited. All right, so I got the lap steel. It's working, it sounds good, it's really cool. Shout out to Cask Music. He was super nice to deal with, and you should check out their website. They got a ton of good stuff on there. But before I go back home and show you the lap steel, there's one last place I want to check out in Hamilton. So I just got back from Hamilton, and unfortunately I actually wasn't able to get any footage of the place that I was hoping to show you guys, but I do want to take a quick moment to talk about it because it's really significant to me and honestly music history. The place in question is Grant Avenue Studios. Now this is pretty much the original home studio of Bob and Daniel Lanois. They did record out of their mom's basement originally, but I call this the original home studio for them. And this is really where Daniel Lanois honed his production abilities and his writing abilities. He worked on countless records and jingles here from 1976 to 1983 when he eventually sold the place. I wanted to show you guys this place because it's a really historically significant building. Daniel Lanois went on to produce countless records for so many famous artists. It's actually insane if you look at his discography. And this is kind of where it all started. And because Daniel Lanois is one of my main reasons for wanting to get a lap steel in the first place. Even though I know he played pedal steel, his style has still really influenced me. But even though I wasn't able to actually get any footage of the place, I was able to see it, and that was super cool for me, and I'm honestly just super hyped that I got to see it. But now I'm back home, and if we look back here, there it is. I got the lap steel in the back seat. So I'm gonna head on in, get set up, and I'm gonna run it through my rig. All right, I just got back from Hamilton, and I got the lap steel here. I'm super excited to play it through my rig. I actually did play it once in the guitar shop, like very quickly, just to make sure everything was working. It wasn't a real playthrough or anything, but yeah, it's time to actually unbox this here. Let's open it up. I have to be very careful. These locks, I guess, kind of are dirty. I don't know if they're rusted, and I don't know if I'll need to get a tetanus shot or not if I get cut by them. But yeah, this thing is so sick. Check this out. I'll have some closer shots here, but this thing is super cool. It's in pretty good shape, honestly. Definitely a little bit of rust going on over here, but I knew about that all beforehand. The knobs sounded pretty clean. There wasn't really any scratchiness in them. And like the only thing here that I need to really change is the strings, because they're probably as old as this actual lap steel. But shout out to Cast Music, they threw in a pack of strings, which was really nice of them. They didn't have to do that. And yeah, I am in love with this. I didn't know what I would actually think about the kind of finished Art Deco, I believe it's called, style. But honestly, seeing it in person, it is so sick. It's super cool, and I'm excited to plug it in. So I'm going to get my Quad Cortex set up, and I'm going to fire this up and see how it sounds. So I've had the lap steel now for around 3 days, and I feel more comfortable talking about my experience with it. First and foremost, I absolutely love it. It's such a fun instrument to play. I've been having so much fun with it. I love looking at it. It just has such a cool retro mojo to it, and it sounds really good too. I'm really excited to be starting my lap steel journey. Over the weekend, I started experimenting with different effects to kind of get more ambient sound with the lap steel, and that was super cool, as that's how I'm primarily planning on using the lap steel in my own music, and it's just been so much fun to mess with these effects while playing. I've also started experimenting with bending behind my left hand to kind of get a more pedal steel sound. It's going okay, I'm trying, but when it does work, it sounds really cool. Starting a new instrument is always super exciting and also really good for your brain as well. Whenever I learn a new skill, I like to view it as a challenge, whether it's music related or not. The process of learning a new instrument or any new skill is obviously a little bit frustrating sometimes because it's never a full linear rise. It's a rise, plateau, rise, plateau. But I find if you can just enjoy the whole journey, even when it feels like you're not making any progress, it's just really amazing. You learn to appreciate the little things while you're playing, and you can look back in a few months and be like, wow, I couldn't do this last month, look at this now. Or I couldn't do this yesterday, I can do this now. The whole process is super satisfying and I'm excited where my journey with lap steel takes me. For now, my plan is just to practice a little bit of lap steel every single day, and when I eventually feel confident, I'll start incorporating it more into my music. But honestly, I may not follow that plan at all. I may find that I just want to start putting it into my music right away. So you may be hearing more lap steel on this channel very soon. First things first though, I need to change the strings on this lap steel because they are truly disgusting. They're so grimy and they don't feel good when playing at all. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions for me for changing strings, any tips for me, anything would be appreciated. And also please let me know if there's any products I could use to kind of polish up the bridge a bit because it's looking a little bit old right now and I think I could clean it up a little bit, but I'm not 100% sure. So put all that information please for me down in the comments. I appreciate it so much. But anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. Let me know in the comments if you own a lap steel or a pedal steel and tell me why you decided to learn it. I'll have links down below to some lap steels on Sweetwater's website. If you decide to buy one using my link, I do receive a small commission on the sale. It's a great way to support the channel if you're looking at getting some new gear. But thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel and following me on my Instagram page at coleg.music. I'm Cole, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.